Hello. So we had learnt a lot about state function and path function, and I'm pretty sure you might have been thoroughly confused by now exactly how many properties to learn, how many functions to learn, how many variables to come across, and so on. So here you find one very beautiful example of a path function and a state function. See here, climbing up the mountain and reaching the top is the path. How we are going to reach the top? There are two ways. One, we are going straight by these dashed lines, and the other we will be going by the path curved lines, is the winding path. Okay, so when our aim is to reach the top of the mountain here, and that means that is the final state of my system. What is the initial state? The ground over here, that is the foot of the mountain. The path is this dashed line you can see, or the winding line as you see here. So in any case, I will be starting from the initial state over here and reaching the final state on top of the mountain. So altitude becomes a state function and the path function is the climbing part. Okay, so we are done with understanding state function and path function in another way. Now, as I told you when we were learning about heat and work, that's the main topic of concern in thermodynamics. We will now see how heat can be used to cause work, or heat is converted into work. Let us consider a cylinder, and in the cylinder is enclosed a definite volume of gas. This cylinder is fitted with a frictionless piston. Why do you think it is frictionless? Because the piston will otherwise have to work to overcome the friction. That is why we don't want any other work to consider just now, and so we are considering a frictionless piston. Let the cross-sectional area of the base of the piston, that is here, let it be equal to A. Inside the cylinder there is the gas of volume V. The piston is just now not moving in any direction. That means the system is in equilibrium with the surrounding. The pressure inside the gas, that is the P internal, is equal to the pressure on the piston, that is P external. Once we increase the temperature by heating the gas inside the cylinder, then we find that the gas molecules gain in kinetic energy and the gas expands. It pushes the piston upwards, and let us say now the distance the piston has travelled due to the gain of energy by the gas molecules is this small d. So the pressure internal, that is exerted by the gas on the lower surface of the piston in contact with it, will be pressure is equal to force per unit area, or P is equal to F upon A. The force F is equal to pressure P into area A. The work done by the piston in moving against the force is the distance d into force F. Displacement is against the force. From where is the force coming? From inside the cylinder, from the gas, and the work is going against the force, that is the work is moving upwards. Now, work done by the piston in moving against the force F is always taken as negative. W is equal to minus F into D, or W is equal to what? P into A into D with that negative sign, or W is equal to minus P into A into D, but area into height or area into length is equal to volume V. So D was a displacement of the piston, and it is the height that the gas has risen in the cylinder after expanding. Thus W, that is the work done, is equal to minus P into V. Here we have seen A into D is equal to V. that is the work done by the gas in pushing the piston upwards. If we understand the movement in piston as a change in volume of the gas enclosed, then we can write the work done W is equal to P into delta V. That is the work of expansion, and it will have a negative sign. Now, there are certain rules we follow in specifying the work done by the system by signs, that is in expanding on the surrounding, or contraction, that is the work done by the surrounding on the system. So, work is indicated as negative during expansion in thermodynamics, and it is positive during contraction in thermodynamics. Look at this example over here. You can see this is a cylinder fitted with a frictionless piston. The volume of the gas at 1 atmospheric pressure is at this level. Again, we are applying the pressure over the piston and we have compressed the gas. That means the surrounding of this gas has worked upon it, and now the volume is going to decrease. The pressure has increased to atmosphere. Getting it? So, the piston pushing the gas downward, the pressure increases from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere and the volume decreases. This type of work in thermodynamics is called as boundary work, since the gas inside the boundary of the system is causing the force on the boundary between the system and the surrounding to do the work or to move the piston. This results in a change of volume. However, we shall refer to it as P delta V work only. We will not call it as boundary work as far as our studies are concerned. Now, we have learned so much about work, pressure, volume work. What about the units of work done by the gas? The expression for work we know is W equal to P internal into delta V. That is, P is measured in atmospheres, pressure is measured in atmospheres, volume is measured in liters, change in volume will also be in liters. So, we have got liter atmosphere as the unit of work. If pressure is measured in pascals and volume in meter cube, then the work done W is equal to Pascal meter cube, and 1 Pascal meter cube is equal to 1 joule. Or W, that is the work done, is also equal to force into displacement, and here we are having force is nothing but this pressure we are having over here, pressure into the volume. So, pressure is Newton per meter square into volume is meter cube, that is this meter square and meter cube, it reduces, meter cube is reduced to just meter, and we have 1 Newton meter as the unit of work. But 1 Newton meter is also equal to 1 joule. So, what relationship did you get? Work can be measured in liter atmosphere, work can be measured in Pascal meter cube, that is 1 joule, as well as in Newton meter, that is again equal to 1 joule. So, 1 Pascal meter cube is equal to 1 joule. Now, if you see the different systems which we have studied, then we come to 1 liter atmosphere is equal to 101.3 joules. That is the interconversion of the units in the different systems. Or we represent it as 1 LATM is equal to 101.325 joules. In the CGS system, the unit of work is 1 erg. 1 erg is equal to 10 raised to minus 7 joules. 1 joule is equal to 0.24 calorie. So, 1 calorie is 4.18 joules. The SI unit of work is always joules. That is, for unit work we say 1 joule. Now, the unit of Newton meter is used for work less commonly because it is more appropriately used as a unit of torque. Newton meter N M as the SI unit. However, 1 Newton meter is taken to be equal to 1 joule when we consider it as the unit of work. Now, coming to the graphical representation of the pressure volume work, we see that if we plot a graph of pressure versus volume and we note the changes in volume when pressure remains constant, then what we will see is that the graph is a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. And if you draw these 2 points, that is P1 and V1, and join P2 and V2, or PF and VF, that is the final pressure and the final volume, then you find that you get a rectangle. Now, this area of the rectangle is the work done by the system. So, the PV diagram is the plot of pressure on y-axis and change in volume or expansion of gas on x-axis. Here we see that the volume changes from initial volume Vi or V1 to Vf or V2. Pressure remains constant. See this height on the y-axis, it is constant. So, work done is the area under the curve. All this we assumed at constant temperature, that is isothermal process. Now, we will see what is the work done for isothermal reversible process and how we can find out the maximum work done for such a process. Of course, in isothermal reversible process, remember that there are going to be many steps, each step being reversible and each step giving you a maximum work. We will see it graphically also, and we will derive an expression for maximum work under isothermal reversible conditions in the next lecture.